Today I will be going over quests. I will be making a large chain quest. The chain quest is going to be set by this NPC right here, and he is going to send you into the dungeon to retrieve his keyring, because that's the kind of cheesy RPG stuff that we do here. And on the way you'll have to fight a couple different monsters. I haven't quite figured out what they are. Somebody asked me how I set these up, so I am making this video to show people how I set these up. I've been sitting on this dungeon for a while, or this mini game for a while. It comes over here. It's been built. It hasn't been activated. The general gist of it is you're going to come in here. You're going to teleport through these bars. So you can only come in here when it's time. You're going to teleport right about here. Come in here. All these place markers are for fights. This is the sewer system that I created. It's a little bit clean. I might dirty it up a little bit. Might make it pretty. But you'll have to fight coming all the way this way. Drop down here. It's not a long one by any stretch of the means. This is something that you should be able to wipe out in 10 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. A little fun, something to do while you're waiting. Come over here, fight your way this way. Come this way, keep fighting, yada yada yada, blah, 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 blah. Come this way. Yay! And right here, at this place right here, you'll find keys. Once you pick them up and you head off, more mobs will spawn and you get to fight more mobs. This one's going to be kind of intriguing to make with because there's so many mobs I think I want to put down here, or different spawn points, that I want to have to create a ton of events. Remember, reaching a location will be the trigger, and when you reach the location, it will hit the start event, which will spawn mobs. Because there's two different kinds of events out there. There's a start. But this is the basic of the sewer system. So let's come up here, and I'll just leave that open for now. I don't think there's any players actively doing quests right now. They're all working on their own things. Why is this like that? Alright, well anyways, I'll deal with that in a second. Let's start with this one. Quest. So we've tried to update the quest plugin, and every time we update it, it gets buggy. It makes me sad. There's supposed to be a breeding quest, a taming quest, but it is not available to us because it doesn't run well. I'm going to have to go and figure out what I need to do to get it installed, but right now we're going to create a quest. The quest is going to be called Lost Keys. Remember, when you create a quest name, do not make them in colors. It messes up each and every time you do a special color. Start message. Keys. And now we need to do a finish message. What are you going to see when it's all done? Here. I hate when you start and finish messages because it makes it weird. NPC, we have to select the NPC. They make it really easy in this plugin. Find the AC NPC and punch him. He's NPC 30 in this world. I think we got 80 or 90 NPCs. Block start, region start, GUI start. So we're going to give all of our dungeons use this. So I have found that the best way to use a GUI item is to rename the GUI item, because you can only use an item once with the same data. So I just name it the name of the quest and I throw it in there, and that way if like all his GUIs will be Mossy Cobble. And then I have a few that when their quest chains are all the same in the GUI, that way people know that they all run the same. And the only way to really do that is either stack the items or rename them. I find renaming them so much easier. So go to 8. We're going to set the item. I'm going to load the item in my hand. I didn't rename it. Hand. I'm going to clear the extra data so the quest plugin doesn't scream at me. And I have done the basics of this. I'm probably going to make this one every 2 days because I want the payout to be kind of nice. But right now we're going to worry about that later. We're going to get into stages. So we're going to add a new stage. We are going to talk to NPC. We are going to talk to 30. And we are going to use a complete message, because if we did the start message, it would say the message before we actually talk to the guy. The complete message is we would click to talk to him, and then it plays the complete message. So we're going to try the complete message and go. SEWER. Alright, so we're going to be done. 26. We're going to add a new stage. We are going to hit reach a location, because you can't type your start and complete messages till you have a trigger for them. So the trigger is going to be reach locations, and we're going to go this way. So we're going to set location. Set it by punching it or placing a block down. We're going to add it. We're going to say that you have to get within 3 blocks of it. We're going to call it, 3 blocks. And now we're going to call it sewer entrance. So you're going to have to get 3 blocks of here to do your trigger. Five. So because we're talking to him and he's going to continue talking to us before you reach this, and you want to tell them where to go, we're going to do a start message, because it's going to keep printing this text even before we reach the sewer. So it's like, sewer entrance is by my boat. In the river. All right. When you get there, I'll let you in. So now we've got you talking to him. He's telling you with a complete message after you talk to him that he lost his keys, come to the sewer. This is going to be his boat, because why not? Something players can look for. They can see the sewer entrance. I might even put a sign out here to make it easier. And now we just got to TP him in. So at this place, we're going to hit 26. We're going to be done. We're about as far as we can go without our first event. So I'm going to save it. Finish and save, yes. He's going to have it. I'm going to count on no players taking it right now. So now we have to go to the fun one. Event editor. I'm so used to having my key binding mod, but I haven't typed these commands in so long. So quests, events. There we go. We're going to create a new event. So we're going to see the events. We are at, that's for D1, D3. So we're at D4. That's what I thought. So we're going to create D4 entrance. So these are all the things you can do during the quest, you can do during the event. You can do a lot, they're fun. You can set a message, explosion location, you can give a player items, spawn mobs. What we're going to do is we are going to Teleport player. So that is number 16. So we want to move the player there. Done. So all we're doing is moving the player. If I was feeling saucy, I could make a noise, but I don't have those up right now, so we're not making a noise. So now I'm done. So we know we're going to teleport the player. And we know once they get here, they're going to have to go a place and fight a few things. So what we're going to do now is, since I have Event Editor up, and I know what's going to be next, we're going to create some mobs for them to fight. So, I think I am going to make D4, because everything is easier to set if you put what it is for. So now we're going to create some spawns for the next, and we are going to create the orange spawns on the first level. So we are going to set mob spawns. I really like this setup for creating mob spawns because you can give them mobs custom names, which is kind of nice. So you're not just spawning endermites, or you're actually spawning mobs. So we're going to go 1 and D. Sewer spider. We're going to set the mob type. These are all the different mobs you can spawn. We're just going to make it a basic spider. And we're going to spawn them. The reason I put these blocks down is I realized when I hit the floor to spawn them, they spawn in that block. So if I put the blocks where I want them, not only can I visually see everything, I can make them summon right above the top blocks. They fall on the ground and they work better. We are going to go set mobs to spawn. We're going to spawn 2 here. I'm not going to put anything in them. The nice thing about this is you can make your mobs drop custom items by making them wear them as armor. I do that a lot when I want go down there and collect 17 ravenous spider eyes. I will make the ravenous spider eyes, and we'll go down there and they can grind those out. So 15 done. So now I'm going to add, I'm going to go through all the orange blocks on the top, so I'm going to add another one, which is here. Sewer spider. spider. Set spawn location. Add. Set the amount of spawns to spawn. I don't want to make this too hard, but I don't want to make it too easy. Right now I'm really working on a way to balance magic without stripping it. We have a magic plugin, which is fun. Players love the magic plugin. Can't talk good enough about it. The only thing that I wish that would be different with that plugin is that all their items that they add never degrade, which kind of sucks, because once you have it for life. So I wish they would make it so they had durability on their items, so we had to remove them. And some of their spells are pretty OP. And the normal AI doesn't target some of the spells if you hit them with spells. So I tend to have to go super intense on mob spawnings here, or run a whole bunch of command blocks to create uber mobs, and I'm really not a fan of that. I want to look into mythic mobs. It seems to be a lot of work, but it seems to be really worth it once you have them. But who knows? We're going to set spawn location. But for now, for your basic player, this will be fine. And we are going to spawn number 2. So it's going to spawn a total of 6 spiders in this dungeon on one of the events. So boom, boom, boom. And what else do I want in here? I think the first floor will be baby sewer rats. Why not? This is kind of the warm-up, but I kind of want to swarm over it too. So we're going to be light purple. Let's make sewer rats gray. Set custom name. There's a lot of sewers in this one. Mob type. We are going to use Endermites because they're fun. 3. Add them there. So you just got done fighting 2 spiders. They're going to spawn at the same time. They'll probably trigger. So we're going to do 8 of these. They're not hard to fight, but you need numbers. These will probably come down. So you'll have those defeated with that. So this is going to be the next wave. There'll be 2 spiders. And we've got to do more of these. Baby sewer rats. 2 endermites. 3. Set up here. So the milestones to spawn. 4. We're going to call it 12. 15 is done. Done. Save this. All right, so I've got all the mobs on the first floor completely done. So let's exit out of the event editor and go to quest editor. I'm going to edit existing quest. Lost keys. We are going to edit the stages. So we're going to go back into stage 2. We're going to go into the events of stage 2. So we have different kinds of events to use. We have an event to run on death. We have an event to run if you disconnect, if you type something in chat, if you execute a command, or when the whole thing starts or when the whole thing's finished. So in this one right here, the whole purpose was to make it to here. So we don't want to run the command at the beginning of the stage, otherwise he would talk to you, you would teleport here, you'd have to run back here, touch it, trigger the next event. So this has to be a finish event. So we're going to go D4. Entrance. Back. So what we did was, this stage is within 3 blocks of sewer entrance. So he's going to continue talking to you. You get within 3 blocks of the sewer entrance. You finish this stage, which is going to trigger the finish event in the events. And you're going to get the completion message. So you're going to end up right about here in the water stream. You're going to walk this way. It's going to go, and you're going to be done with this stage. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to 26. Now we add a new stage. So this stage right here is going to be fight the monsters. So mossy stone brick. It's going to right about here. Boom. Like that right there. And they're going to spawn. So I want to use, that is my trigger point right there. So once again, we're going to reach location. that right up the air block, right above that mossy block. You're going to get within 2 blocks of it, so it'll actually hit right here, right before you get it. And 3. We'll call it a little deeper in. 5. So the stage is when you reach there, you don't want to spawn anything till this happens. So we need to do an event, and the event will be a finish event because that stage ends when you finish it, which will be D4 spawn 01. Huzzah! So when you get there, it's going to spawn everything on this first level because it happens after you reach that area. That's actually everything I want in that stage. Stage 4, we want to kill some mobs. We're going to set mob types. We're going to go spider, space, endermite. Set the amounts. We have the Infernal plug-in on this. Normally I'd have you kill all the spiders and all the endermites, but if I do that, sometimes an Infernal, which is a stronger mob, will farm, and they don't count, which is kind of annoying because it's a different plug-in. So I have to reduce the amount of kills that you have to do. So I am going to say you have to kill 4 spiders and 5 endermites. You leave the space, and now when you set this up like this, you leave a space between them, and you should see 2 lines. Every now and then it doesn't work. Sometimes the syntax is a comma, sometimes the syntax is a semicolon. You just got to play with it till you get it right. I want to say you can kill them anywhere. In the last world I got really specific, and I found it didn't matter whatsoever, so we are staying here. And yeah, so once you kill them, this event will over. I guess I really didn't have to have you kill them. I could have just used reach the ladder. But I want a start message to be I suck at his name. So when you get there, they're summoned. He's going to say, like, screaming down at you, you might have to fight your way. Originally, I was thinking of making this a puzzle where you had to reach different areas, and these would pop open and close, so you had to climb up and down.